Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about today, and then after this, we can kind of just go into open discussion and then see if anybody wants to jump in a hot seat. The other thing that I wanted to talk about today was just, I think because it's our first class, I think it's the most important thing that everybody needs to figure out. And I can't figure this out for you. I mean, only you can figure this out. I talked to you about it yesterday, Giovanni. Only you guys can figure this out. I can't figure it out. I can help you and tell you, maybe what I would do or what I would think. But at the end of the day, you have to figure this out. And what it is you have to get clarity on what it is that you want to do. Paul, you mentioned this before, that, you don't have clarity. You've done this and then you stopped, and then you started this and then you stopped, and then you started this and then you stopped. Well, if we go back to expectations and we understand that most people aren't instant buyers, all right? Most people aren't instant buyers. Give me just 1 second real quick. So most people aren't instant buyers. Most people are in that bigger circle and they're on their way to make a buying decision, all right? So like Naveen. Naveen's following me for 10 months before he decides to join my partner program. So as he's following me and as he's watching me, if I'm switching from this to this, to this, to this, if I'm switching in 1 month I'm doing this, and 1 month I'm doing this, and the next month I'm doing this, all right? By the time I come out with my partner program, what's Naveen going to think? He's not going to fucking buy, even though he's been following me for 10 months, because in his mind, I've already preconditioned him. I've already put this in his mind by my actions. I've preconditioned him that that after 3 months or a month, I'm going to be moving on to the next thing. So whatever it is I sold him in this partner program, it's only going to be useful to him for a month or 2 months. And after that, I'm going to be going on to this next thing because there's no consistency. So and I've changed my offer a lot. Like if you guys have followed me on Facebook, I changed my offer so many times. But what did I change in my offer? I changed how much you had to pay for it, maybe. I changed what the price was. I changed what you actually get. But I never changed my main thing, which is what I wanted to do, which was create the first ever community-owned and operated software company. I never switched from actually trying to sell my software and that being what I actually monetize on Facebook. I didn't go, I did just now. I did just now and went to now my whole Facebook is about making money on Facebook because I completely started over. But most people now that come in and follow me, they're brand new people. Like most of the people that I connect with now are brand new people. They never even fucking seen me before, so they don't know what I've been doing for the last 12 months. So it's not a drastic change for them. All right. And I'm only able to do that because I completely changed up my audience, right? If I wouldn't have changed up my audience and I would have kept those same 4,800 Facebook friends and I would have just completely switched, that everybody would be so confused. Even my partners would probably be so confused and they'd be like, well, what the fuck's going on now? John went from, selling his partnership program, looking for partners in his software company, to now he's just like trying to teach people how to make money on the internet. What's going on? So the first thing that you guys have to do is really find clarity on what it is that you're going to monetize. That's the first thing that you have to do, is find clarity. Hey, what is it that I'm going to monetize, all right? How am I going to actually make my money? What is it that I'm going to offer? What is it that I'm going to sell? And go all in on that. Now, can you do other stuff? Yes, you can do other stuff that complement what your main thing is, but you have to get clarity. You need to get clarity on what it is that you're going to offer, and only you can figure that out, all right? That's it. It's you that can figure that out. It's got to be something that you're comfortable doing. It's got to be something that you're passionate about. It's got to be something that either you're knowledgeable and have an expertise about, or you can go in and acquire that knowledge and get that expertise, and you're willing to actually put in the time to acquire that knowledge and turn into that expert. All right. So for sure you have to get clarity. What will you do? What will you sell? What will you offer? And what you're going to be about. Only you can get that. Nobody else can actually get that. All right. And then whatever it is, you need to stick to it. That's why I don't want you to make some random decision. Okay, hey, well, today I'm going to be that. today I'm going to be that. Dave, you may have a problem with this based on looking at your Facebook profile, where I've seen all this shit that you post on your Facebook profile, but you have to do this. You actually have to get clarity. And if you're just starting out, if you want to brand yourself as, you know, teaching affiliate marketers how to do affiliate marketing, and you don't fucking know anything about that, that's fine. That's totally fine. What you can't do is you can't be like, hey, I don't know anything about affiliate marketing, but I'm going to teach everybody how to do affiliate marketing for the next 3 weeks. And after 3 weeks, now all of a sudden I'm going to teach you how to fucking raise unicorns. All right. You pick one or the other and then go with those. If you don't know anything about it, that's fine. Because again, if you know nothing about affiliate marketing and you want to teach people about affiliate marketing and you know nothing about it, you can totally do that. Because again, who are you going to attract knowing nothing? You're going to attract all those people in the big ass circle that aren't ready to make a buying decision, all those people who are at the same level, and you're going to take them with you. So that's totally fine. But you have to find clarity on what you're doing. The reason that I say that you need to be passionate about that, and you actually have to have a passion about that, is because the things that you're passionate about, you'll do for free. Like me, I'll program computers for free. I'll build robots for free because I love that shit. I'm passionate about it. And going back to expectations, for some time you're going to be doing this for free. For some time you're going to be working, and you're not going to see a lot of direct money coming from that, because it takes time to actually go in and create those revenue streams. It takes time to get people to actually get ready to buy from you. Amazon lost money for 7 years. They're the biggest income earner now that there is. They're fucking over $1 billion a year. And for the first 7 years of existence, they lost money every single fucking year. They lost money. All right. They played the long game. They stuck with it. They were consistent. They had clarity about what they wanted to do, what they wanted to create. And they were willing to do that for free and at a loss. And that pays back that will pay back in the long run. So every single one of you, you really have to get clarity about what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to offer, and what it is, not necessarily, I want to say your plan to make money online. And by plan, I don't mean, you know, your step-by-step, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I mean, at the end of the day, what are people going to give you money for? That's what I mean by your plan. At the end of the day, what is it that you're offering to people? What is it that you're selling to people? So that's up to you guys. I will help you with that to as much as I can to help you. And that's something that I think we could also do as a group, is to help each other with clarity and figure out, hey, what seems like it would be a good fit for you. But I want you to all, that's the first thing that you really need to do, is make sure you have clarity and you know what it is that you're going to offer and what it is you're going to sell and how you're going to try to, like, what are the things people are going to give you dollar bills for, and then just go all in on that, and then do that for the long run, and don't just be switching all the time. And if you do switch, it's okay, but just know if you do switch, it's kind of like throwing everything in the garbage that you were doing before, and it's going to cause you issues with everybody who sticks with you and has been following you, because they're going to see that trend in you. If you're switching all the time, they're going to see that trend in you. It's just like you guys probably, you know, like if you watch some girl and you have a crush on some girl and you've known her for 6 years and she's been married fucking 8 times in 6 years, you're probably not going to ask her to marry you. You may fuck her, but you're probably not going to say, hey, let's get married. Why? Because in your own mind, you probably think, okay, we're going to be married for a fucking year and she's going to leave me and divorce me. And your audience is going to be the same way. They're going to notice the same things about you. So is there anything anybody wants to talk about, or any questions or things that you want to talk about on that?
Hey, John, I think that our call, and it might help the group a little bit more, our call yesterday was phenomenal. As you remember, when we first talked, I had no clarity. I know what I'm good at, which is e-commerce, and that's what I've been doing for 3 years, drop shipping and private label products, supplements. And my first thing that was clouding my mind yesterday is, how do I introduce your offers? I want to sell the partnership. I want to sell the Facebook course. And how do I create my profile? And you cleared it up for me. I start off with e-commerce, which is a form of making money online. And all the other things that you're selling is another form of making money online, and they can be used as upsells if I make an e-commerce course. So those could be used as offers, because they fall under the same genre of making money online, right? And the other clarity that I had is, for the longest time when I was studying, getting into e-commerce, one of the first things that I found out was, I was going to go the affiliate route or I was going to go e-commerce. Going the affiliate route when I first started was going to be a much easier route, and going the e-commerce route was much more complicated. So I went that route, and I'm sure there's a lot of affiliate marketers in these groups that would love to learn about how to get into e-commerce, how to make money online, a different form. But at the end of the day, you gave me a lot of clarity yesterday. Don't pretend to be somebody I'm not. Do something that I'm passionate about and which I know the most about, which is e-commerce, and then I can splinter off the other things like your offers as upsells, during the course. I don't know if that helps people, but I think that clarity was phenomenal from yesterday's call.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions or things that they want to talk about here about clarity? Does everybody have clarity already? Does everybody know what it is that they're going to focus on and what it is that they're going to do? Paul, do you know? Do you have yours worked out?
Well, I think they can be combined. What I love to do is teaching. My day job, I'm a program manager IT, project leader IT, for almost more than 10 years. And besides my side job, I developed learning methods, which I teach almost for free, 7 years besides my job. So that's what I'm passionate about. And that's also the reason why I start as a side hustle, the Web Class Academy. So I can combine that. I can combine the teaching of passive income skills, making money online, with the learning methods, with in the back end, the vehicle to do that is the Web Class Academy. And the Tier 5 software is a very amazing add-on to help people to make the money online. So it's combined. Yeah.
So you're going to focus basically on helping people build up residual passive income streams through like affiliate marketing and stuff.
Yes, and also avatar could be the small startups, the small business owners. So teaching them and helping them to simplify their business, because there's already a natural way in which I get asked by people to help them getting more online visibility.
The only thing I would tell you about here, Paul, is it seems like these two things are a little bit competing. So it seems like helping small business owners save time, manage their business, and automate their business is a little bit competing with affiliate marketing and making passive income. And what I mean by that is they don't directly correlate. It seems like to me, and what I mean by competing is it seems like to me the people that are going to be interested in the small business owners that are the small business owners that you're going to help automate their systems and you're going to help manage their stuff, it seems like they would be really turned off and really uninterested by all the content that you would actually be putting out on affiliate marketing and creating a passive income stream by affiliate marketing. So it seems like that audience is going to be a little bit turned off by that type of content, and it's going to somewhat maybe hurt your ability to really maximize the monetization of those people, because they're going to see, hey, you're putting out a lot of content for these affiliate marketer dudes, and we're not interested in that. We don't care about any of that shit. We just want to grow our business. See, because they already have their own thing. They're not interested really in promoting other people's stuff and making and doing affiliate marketing, because they have their own business and they're focused on actually trying to grow their own business. So it seems like you're going to have, like a split audience and some of the content, and that would be fine. So for me, to give you an example, for me, I focus on helping small businesses and I focus on affiliate marketers as well. But the way that I focus on that is through my software, and my software helps both avatars, right? And so I'm not focused on helping small businesses. I'm not focused on helping, affiliate marketers. I'm focused on selling my fucking software is what I'm focused on. And that helps both avatars. I can sell my partner program. It's great for affiliate marketers because they can sell the software, redistribute the software, make money. And it's also great for businesses because, that instead of paying $1,000 a month for my software, you can pay $97 for it. You just saved a shit ton of money, and the software is really going to help you. So those things are not so much competing as they are actually complementary to each other. And it seems to some extent that what it is that you're wanting to do could conflict with each other, and the content that you're pushing out could actually conflict and kind of like, split your audience where they're not completely focused in on you. So you can totally do that if you want to, but that's just my initial observation is it could be competing a little bit.
Yes, it's a very good observation, because actually it's already conflicting, because when looking at the small business owner, it's more kind of being an agency, and it consumes a lot of time in evening and night to help the small business owners and automate all kinds of things. And I have to split the free time, so I definitely need to choose. But when I need to choose, it's also very clear. I love to teach. So I love to teach, and I love to train, and I love to make tutorials. So what I would go for is not for the agency. I would go for the teaching and the training of the affiliate marketers. But it could be broader. I could expand. I did some drop shipping in the past, so it could also be e-commerce. But I more tend to go to the teaching and the training and do the seminars.
Well, from my perspective, I would want to see you focus on what can bring you the most money. All right, that's what I would want to see you focus on, from what you can fully monetize and what will bring you the most money. And from my perspective, it seems like the small business owners would be that. All right, it seems like. So if you focus on the affiliate side of stuff, it's going to be really hard for you to reach the small business people, because they're fucking going to be uninterested on that shit, and that shit's going to turn them off. But if you focus on the businesses and helping the business automate stuff, you can easily translate that to the affiliate marketers, right? You can easily, now the affiliate marketers are going to also be able to consume that content and enjoy that content. It's not going to push them off, because they themselves are looking at their affiliate business, their affiliate marketing, as their own small business. So any of the tips and tricks that you're actually teaching to the small business owners are going to carry out and automatically resonate with those affiliates. But it doesn't work the other way around. If you target the affiliates, as soon as you start talking, hey, affiliate marketers, I want to help you, the small business owners are turned off. But if you target, hey, small business owners, I want to help you, that doesn't turn off the affiliate marketers, because they're also looking at their affiliate marketing as their own small business. So I would rather see you, and the small businesses are the ones who can afford to pay you, right? The affiliates can't really afford to pay you unless they have a job and they're willing to spend that money, or they have any success with affiliate marketing. So it seems like your faster route to monetization, and the way that you actually make more money is focusing on the small business. And as you're focusing on the small business, let those affiliate marketers know that, hey, you guys are in affiliate marketing, you guys are small business owners, and all this stuff actually applies to you. All this stuff will actually help you in your affiliate business as well. That way you can target both audiences, and you don't have one audience that you're actually turning off from your content.
Yeah, great, thank you.
Todd, are you clear? Do you have clarity on what it is that you're going to do, what you're going to offer?
Well, I'm still kind of working on it, honestly. I was writing as you're talking with Paul there about basically helping people that want to promote their offers to do it better, more effectively, help them build an audience that actually wants to hear what they have to say. So along the line, the Facebook course would go in along with that. YouTube promotion would go in along with that. Not necessarily promoting a particular offer or affiliate product, but helping people that have whatever affiliate product or whatever money-making offer they want to promote, do it more effectively and actually build an audience that wants to hear what they have to say. Is that?
I think it would be good to understand is everybody else clear what Todd's going to focus on and how he's going to monetize? Are you guys clear on that? Do you guys understand what he's going to do?
Well, the monetization would come basically through, I obviously providing helpful content to people that around the topics that different courses, like maybe your Facebook course, or like other affiliate product or online marketing type courses would promote as well, and kind of funnel people into those affiliate offers was what I was thinking.
So why do you want to do this, Todd?
Why do I want to what?
Why do you want to do this route that you're going? Why are you wanting to go this route?
Because on my YouTube channel, that's kind of the audience that's been kind of developing around the videos that I've been putting up, as people that are looking to promote offers that they already have for other money-making opportunities, but then finding tools and techniques and things that help them promote those opportunities at different places.
So mostly you're mostly doing it because you have an audience on YouTube that are kind of into that content?
Well, yeah, that's a large portion of it too. I mean, it's also kind of where my interests lie as well. It's kind of just how my interests have developed over the last 6 or 8 months as I've been building out the YouTube channel.
So
and it gives me the opportunity as well to not to talk about multiple different products and courses and things like that without I think, this is my impression, and I'd be interested in feedback but my impression is that it gives me the opportunity to talk about multiple products or courses or things like that without giving the idea that I'm switching topics every 2 or 3 or 4 months.
So Todd, what is your expertise?
Well, my expertise has been, I've been building online for a number of years. I mean, I'm kind of the typical affiliate marketer / e-com. I mean, I've never done e-com, but just the make money online kind of guy that's struggled for years. And then I've found some level of success recently in actually some offline marketing programs and things. But that's kind of where around the audience that I'm trying to build.
Are you teaching like other affiliate marketers how to get in the game? Is that what you're?
No, some of the audience is kind of beginning people, but it's all people that have already kind of decided that this is what they want to do. It's just how do they actually take it, start making money with it.
Got it. So have you thought about maybe doing a course on that and helping affiliate marketers on kind of getting the route?
I've done a couple of YouTube free video courses, as lead magnets type things, where I've helped. One was on affiliate marketing and how to determine whether it was a good fit for you or not, and kind of how to get started picking a program and that kind of thing. And then another one on how to market whatever your product is, whether it's affiliate or some other, multi-level or some other kind of make money online thing, how to actually market it for free online using different platforms.
Your course is just YouTube videos? It's just videos that are on YouTube? Is the whole course consumed on YouTube, or do you actually have like a course area that people sign up for and then go log in, kind of like our training area?
No, it's all free content on YouTube. It's just used as a lead magnet. There's and then it upsells into other affiliate marketing programs that are paid.
When you're saying it's a lead magnet, how are people finding it? They're just finding it from YouTube themselves, so they're not giving you any type of contact information or anything like that?
Well, the typical thing, I will. It's basically YouTube search. So people will search out, my keywords that I've put my videos around, and then I'll say, hey, I've got this course on how to promote your products online, and and then I'll send them to a capture page where I'll get their email address, and then I'll drip out the content one video a day for 8 or 10 days or whatever.
How come you haven't put that into like an actual members area yet, where they don't have to get the content dripped out, they can just log in all the time?
I just haven't done it. It hasn't. That was been my basically as a lead magnet, you know, as opposed to, I guess I could do it. I just haven't ever thought of putting it into a membership type area.
You should, and the reason for that is it's fucking so helpful for you to make money. Like for example, we're using the first part of this course as a lead magnet, right? So the first part of this course we're using for the same thing as a lead magnet to get in leads. Well, guess what? I can go in easily and see who's ready to give me money. I can go in right now and see exactly who's ready to give me money. How? I just go in and look and see how much of the content have they consumed. If they've consumed 1% of the content, they're not ready to give me money. If they consume fucking 100% of the free content, guess what? That dude is now branded with me enough, has now watched me enough. I mean, why did he watch 100% of the content? He obviously must have either he doesn't have a life and he's completely fucking bored and doesn't have Netflix at home, or he's enjoyed the content that I've actually given him, which means that guy will give me money. So whenever you're just going out, and it's good that you're doing what you're doing, but whenever you're just dripping them out in emails, you don't have any idea who's watched my shit, who hasn't watched my shit. You have no idea who you can go in. Let's say, and this is really necessary, especially, you know, as time goes by for you guys, is to be able to get cash on demand. All right. So to be able to get cash on demand, let's say you have an unexpected bill come up and you need $1,000 and you got to have it today. How are you going to get that? Well, for your example, it'd be really easy. You log into your course and you look and see, hey, who's consumed all my content? And then you offer them something. You're like, hey guys, I've got a special deal for you guys. It's valid for today only. Here's all the information about it. And that gives you cash on demand as soon as you actually need that. But what you're doing right now is you have no idea who's ready to buy your stuff. You send out an email to somebody. You don't know if he, I mean, you may know if he opened that email, but you don't know if he's watched your content. You don't know how many of your pieces of content that he watched. So you don't know where he's actually at in the decision to buy. So, and in order for you to sell properly, you can't make an offer to somebody and try to get them to buy something when they're not actually ready. If they just watched your very first video and now you're like, hey, let me try to sell you something, it's not going to work near as good as somebody who watched, 7 out of your 10 videos. So that's one of the benefits of putting those things into some type of course material like that. So you can literally go in and see where people are at in this buying decision.
So John, in Actionetics, you can tell how many people have watched your video and then you can segment them?
To some extent, for sure. So to some extent, for sure, if I go in and look at the course area for a course.
And so you separate them into like lists, like who's watched 25%, who's watched over 75%?
For sure. Well, I mean, I don't, but you could. I mean, I don't. Keep in mind, like I said, I'm not a marketer. I'm not a sales guy. I don't like doing marketing. I don't like doing sales, and I got a whole company that I have to manage. But like I can see here, this person right here, Rob, is not a good fit for you to go in and try to sell something to because they watched 5% of my stuff right now. So this person signed up and they watched 0. So if I try to start selling this person something, they're not going to buy anything. Even they said that they signed up to learn how to make money on the internet. They won't even watch a fucking video about it. So they won't watch a free video about how to make money on Facebook. Are they going to go buy my fucking course, which is more videos? Probably not. Because why? They ain't fucking watched any of them. But this person is about, so if you're looking at your course, if you're looking at that course as the lead magnet to actually move people from not knowing you to know, liking, and trusting you and actually reaching the point at what they're ready to buy, then this person is 55% ready. They're halfway ready to buy my shit. So I need to push them to go in and get the rest of that. And I can just keep looking at these people. Some of these people, this person's 27% and this person's 41% ready to buy my stuff. Some of these people are never going to get ready because so what I can do with these people is I can go in and actually, so this person is 73% ready to buy my stuff. And actually, I think this person's already actually bought my stuff. All right. So this is one of the good things about about putting things into an actual course area is not only can you go in and collect their information, but then you can go in and see like, look, Rich Morris, he's ready to buy my stuff. He's not, how do I know? Because he's 95% there. He's already bought my stuff. That's why he's already there. So this is a very good indication for me to see, one, well, how good is my content? Is it useful to people? And where are these people that are getting into my lead magnet? Where are they in relation to wanting to actually make a buyer decision? So if I just put my stuff on YouTube, and I have every one of these videos are on YouTube. I just leave them unlisted on YouTube. Why? Because I don't want people finding them on YouTube. I want people to actually have to go in here and have them all put together. And you don't have to use ClickFunnels. You can use whatever platform that you want. I'm sure, Paul, you said you use Teachable. I'm sure there's other platforms that are actually even better to do this type of stuff on, and give you actually more and more ability. And then it's very possible that one of our products that we make in tier 5 could just be a thing like Teachable that's focused around not hosting a course, but fucking making money from that course by being allow you to do things like engage with people who've only watched 5% of your content, automatically email people out that need to watch the next video about the next video, let you know, hey, who's ready to buy, and be able to segment people based on where they're at. But I'm sure there's other platforms that are better. I just use ClickFunnels. But this is one of the good things to be able to go in and see, hey, this person right here they've watched 60% of my content. They're 60% ready to make a buying decision. I could offer them something now, or I could try to give them another push to go consume the rest of the stuff where they will actually be ready.
What is your threshold? Over 50% would be a hot buyer? After you release it for 5 days, and then you check the price?
I mean, I don't get that deep into it, so I don't have like, okay, hey, if they've watched 50% or anything like that. So I don't know what the threshold is, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys and just fucking make shit up. So I don't fucking know. But I do know at least those people at 5%. I do know that they're not ready to buy because they're getting free content that they won't even fucking consume. So that, I mean, they might be retarded and buy stuff that they're never going to use, but most likely they're not. So I don't know what the threshold is, but I know what it is. I know these people that have got the free stuff and they're not watching it, they're not consuming it. I know for sure that those people are not good targets for me to try to sell more fucking training videos about the same stuff that I gave them for free that they're not watching.
Cool.
So I think something like this would be a good thing for you to do, Todd. I'd also like to see you maybe just spend a little bit more time on clarity, because to be honest, I'm still a little bit confused myself on exactly what I would be paying you for if I was paying you.
Well, most of my, in my head, most of what I'm looking at is just making affiliate commissions versus actually selling a product of my own.
Okay. So you're looking at making just affiliate commissions. So are these platforms that you're helping people with, do they have like 2-tier affiliate systems or something?
Some of them do. Some of them don't. But I mean, some of them are just courses like, one product that I've promoted is Legendary Marketer. Another one is Anthony Morrison's program. I mean, so it's, I'm not really I'm just kind of giving people a lead in and then giving them the opportunity to get more information through these other people if they so choose to do that.
Okay, so you're going to target like courses and products that your audience needs that go along with what you're actually teaching and what you're helping with, that all have affiliate programs. So whenever you say, hey, you really want to use GetResponse for your autoresponder because they're affiliate friendly, whenever you're driving them there, you're going to get that commission from there.
Right. Like with your course, I've got some videos on, basic Facebook profile setup and basic using free, how to go into groups and do marketing, that kind of stuff. But if you wanted, advanced step-by-step, hours of training on how to actually do this, then you could go do this course if you wanted to. Is there
any reason that you're not focusing on creating your own thing that people are just going to pay you directly for?
Mostly just because I don't want to support it. But I mean, that's not a huge consideration, but that's been the major thing is just I don't have I've got a full-time job in addition to doing this pretty much full-time as well. So I don't, I would have to start hiring people basically if I was going to have some kind of support going on.
Do you have a full-time job because you just fucking love that job, or because you like the paycheck that you get?
I don't need the income. I do it because it's a ministry that I'm involved with. It's drug and alcohol recovery for men. So I do that.
So it's more passion play. It's not really, hey,
yeah.
for money, I'm doing it. It's more passion play.
Yeah, but I'm getting ready here in about a year. Well, next summer, actually, we're going to be moving out of state from where we live now. And when at that point, I'll no longer have that job. And then I would be going full time with online stuff. So the idea is to get to the point. I mean, I've got other income sources from being in the military and stuff that pay my bills. So this is all extra income to begin with. But the idea would be that I wouldn't need to take a job after we move. And so I need to get to that point on a steady basis.
And that's why I'm asking about your own product. Because the one thing that I don't like about affiliates is for me, affiliates is a great extra source of income. But to me, it sucks as a main course. Like, for example, if you look at somebody like Spencer, okay, now he's got his own course and everything where he makes income on his own, but he's making, let's say, $10,000 a month from ClickFunnels affiliate marketing. Let's say that's his only source of income. Let's say these fuckers at ClickFunnels decide, hey, we're selling our company. Trust me, as soon as they sell that company, that when I buy ClickFunnels, when I acquire ClickFunnels, I ain't paying a fucking affiliate shit. I'm not carrying, and I wouldn't have to do that. Even if you look at all their terms and conditions legally, ClickFunnels tomorrow can say, hey, fuck all you guys. Thanks for building up this platform for me with a bunch of users that actually need to use it. Now they all got their funnels built on my system. They're not into the affiliate side. They are literally using my software because they get a value out of the funnels and they make sales. Fuck all you affiliates, Now what are you going to do? As an affiliate, you're going to go tell all the customers that you brought me, don't use ClickFunnels. They just fucked me out of my affiliate commission that I get for you guys using the software. What are those customers going to say? Okay, well, because you don't get $40 a month, I'm going to have to take all my shit and all the money that I'm making from these funnels and move them over to the software. They're not. So it's just, it's pseudo dependable is how I look at it. It's not, your own stuff is dependable because that comes to you and you're the one servicing that. But the affiliate stuff is pseudo dependable because that stream of revenue is outside of your control. It could end at any time. Most likely it won't, but it could. So there's a risk factor there.
You really can't sell a company like that, right? I mean, like Spencer, if he wanted to sell his company, I mean, the only value he really has is his email list, right?
I mean, he could essentially sell his company and he could sell his brand. He could essentially sell, ultimately, again, I'm not a marketer or sales guy, and I'm definitely not a finance major, but there's a mathematical function that you can use to actually sell and create the actual value of a residual stream of income. So he could go in and actually sell that. But again, it would be risky from anybody that wanted to purchase it. Like if I tried to tell you guys, hey, I have a stream of $20,000 a month coming from these 7 different affiliate systems that, those people are paying me money, it would be a really hard sell to sell you guys because the streams of income themselves each have an associated risk factor where you get those by somebody's good graces. Trust me, ClickFunnels has no legal responsibility to pay you affiliate commission. If they don't, you can't fucking sue them and say you owe me money. You can't. That's taken to you by their good graces. So there's just a risk factor associated there. That's why I'd like to see you also.
If you wanted to sell your software company, you've got tangible assets.
For sure. For sure.
But at the moment, because for me, the only reason I've actually got into this making money online is because I was passionate about helping people. And the tool that I was introduced to was ClickFunnels. It was so easy that then I just generally started giving people feedback on ClickFunnels, and I made an affiliate commission. So for me, using that affiliate commission as a base to get me out of my rat race so that I can actually concentrate on understanding the tier 5 products, evaluating them, reviewing them, and doing my independent due diligence, and then doing a personal review on them products to provide value and educate someone on. That's me building my personal brand after that, right? So going back to Todd, to me, my ClickFunnels is now £500 or $500 commission. Now that's small fry, but it was something I never expected to have come in, and it is still an asset that's building that I wasn't relying on. And now it's hopefully, that momentum is what I'm going to be using to use that leverage time to look at other things, because I'm kind of stuck with, I'm the same route as Tom at the moment. My career, and I hate calling it that, takes up a lot of my time. So by the time I walk in and actually get my head back motivated, I'm talking it's 12 o'clock at night, and I've got maybe 2 hours good energy in me to keep me going. So I'm trying to build a base of ClickFunnels affiliate commission in order to then use that the time during the day to understand the stuff that you're offering, which is why that's what I was struggling with, trying to naturally progress it naturally progress my offer into this course, because at the moment it just feels like what I'm going to be doing is I personally struggle with Facebook Lives, which is why I think I'm going more towards YouTube. I can edit my content and actually put a little bit of cover up, makeup, what I call it, on top of on the videos before putting them out, which to me keeps the audience a bit more engaged. But then that leads me into, I want to understand more of the tier 5 products before I start, because that's where I feel like the selling of the products will be good. And I don't know if that's the way you're looking at going, Todd, is starting on an affiliate basis, but building more towards a personal brand where you're offering them softwares to small companies, like Paul was saying.
No, I don't have any interest in going to small companies or local marketing or anything like that. I mean, if they came to me through my YouTube channel or through Facebook or whatever, that's cool, but that's individuals and small side hustle folks and people that want an extra income or want to get away from their 9 to 5. That's the kind of audience that I'm going after.
Well, I'm not going to say you're doing anything wrong, Todd. I personally, myself, I would just love to see you also have something that's 100% yours, that generates you revenue, that isn't dependent on anything else. And that could be as simple as a course that you create, that you charge for. And inside that course, that entire course is just, it's a front end sale that brings you 100% money. And literally the entire back end is just affiliate commissions, like, hey, first lesson of this course, go buy this guy's course and fucking watch this guy's course, because that's how I got started and learned everything. And you get affiliate commission on that. Oh, set up your autoresponder. This is the best one that you could use.
Right.
That I use. Get your affiliate commission on that. But something as a, and that's just me. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But that's just me. I personally would never. I personally would want the. Not necessarily, I'm not going to necessarily say the largest stream of my income, but at least my nut, right? At least what I rely on for me to eat and take care of all the shit that I'm liable for. I would myself have to have that come from something that I am the one that controls my destiny, me, not someone else. If ClickFunnels, as much as I myself love ClickFunnels and they pay me to use their software as well, but if they sell their company, or if they were to go out and put out some fucking crazy publication about how, Russell Brunson's a fucking devil worshiper or whatever, then I could lose a shit ton of money there, right? So I want to make sure that my entire nut, my liabilities, that I have enough revenue coming from things that are mine for those two reasons. Basically because I need to cover my liabilities, right? So I want to be in control of that. And then 2, look at most of the people in ClickFunnels and their affiliate program. And the issue that I have with them not having their own shit is they have no accountability, and they're not going to drive themselves to get better, because when they're not making sales, they don't control that shit. So when they make sales, they come to ClickFunnels and they ask ClickFunnels, why can't I sell your product? What's wrong with your product where I can't actually sell your product? And they don't internally look at themselves because they don't own their thing, right? So they don't internally look at themselves and start saying, okay, well, what's wrong with me? What are the issues that I'm having? They just outsource that to somebody else, because like if I can go, like literally before I launched Text in Bulk, I had over 300 users that are paying $297 a month from using Text in Bulk, getting on the phones, generating lists of businesses inside Text in Bulk, and just calling them every single fucking day and getting them to pay to use my software and get my help to actually set it up. All right. So now I know it's possible to go in and sell that shit and make money. All right. Easily. You just have to do the work. Now, if I start, you're a partner, you're an Inner Circle partner, Todd. Look at the dynamics inside the Inner Circle group. You know, those fucking people not making money, they blame me. Like there's a fucking problem with my software that they can't actually sell it. Why? Because it's not their thing. Are they ever going to go in and actually internalize and say, you know, what am I doing wrong? How can I fix, what are my issues? Where do I need to grow? Where do I need to change? Fuck no. They're just going to come to my group and post on my group, John, you need a better design. John, your software needs this feature. John, you need a better fucking copywriting message, right? That's all they're ever going to do. So it really helps you take that ownership, and I would have to have that for myself. So I would love to see you start to at least think or put together things that you have 100% control of that you can go in and monetize.
Well, speaking of the tier 5 and Inner Circle, I mean, that gives me a whole bunch of stuff that I can sell and get 100% commission on, and that don't have to depend upon another company or anything. My issue, I think, is like somebody else said, was just how do I frame that all and fit it into the offers that I'm doing? I think Giovanni talked about it a little bit ago too, is that's been my whole issue ever since I've been with an Inner Circle partner, is how do I frame all that? It seems like it's kind of outside of the normal scope of what somebody would expect as they're going through an affiliate marketing type funnel. And maybe that's just my mindset more than it is really an issue, but I haven't been able to wrap my head around that.
I don't know if this helps, Todd, but for example, when I talked to John yesterday, for example, me building out an e-commerce course to help, newbies get into e-commerce and learn the mistakes I made and things that I wish that I knew before I started, is great content. And then getting into, after a beginner's course, getting like John's creating for Facebook, a mid-tier one, now that you got your store on Shopify, on ClickFunnels, these are the things that you have to, to learn. It's not just slapping up a theme, any theme, and then forgetting about customizing it, putting, analytics code on it, pixels, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, on the upsells after the course, I was trying to wrap my brain, like you were just thinking about, how am I going to incorporate John's software products? Well, guess what? I'm incorporating his products right now on one of my e-commerce sites, and I'm seeing a great conversion rate with sticky reviews. Boom. I'm going to offer that as, like in one of the modules of the courses. Guys, if you need social proof on your website, why spend this much money on this stuff that I've used? You're going to get tons more value using sticky reviews at a lower cost. You're going to get a pop-up, all these other things that you never thought about. And it's actually better social proof than what's out there. Not just, people saying that, so-and-so bought an hour ago. It's actually real reviews. And then Link Wizard. What are you doing to track all your links as an e-commerce, store owner? Do you know that you're losing money probably here and there by not tracking these links and then pixelizing those links? So all these things, all these other offers I can splinter. In the beginning, I think I had that unclarity of, all right, am I going to go and sell John's stuff like without having any, idea of what I'm doing? But then I was like, wait, in my business, I can use these and I can actually demonstrate how they're helping me. So I think those upsells and using, and then actually the Facebook course is perfect for organic traffic. I know how to do Google ads and Facebook ads, but I'm going to have a module in my course, which I've never done organic traffic. I've always spent money to get customers. And this is a great, tool for my customer or my people in my course to learn how to organically grow your traffic and drive traffic to your sites to lower your cost per acquisition. So I don't know if that helps, but when as soon as John told me, listen, what are you an expert at? Teach that, because you know more than the next guy, and you're going to be looked upon as an authority figure right away off the bat, and then you can splinter up the products. as, as case studies that you use them for your own wear, for what you do every day on my e-commerce sites. So I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same way that John was talking about earlier with, Anthony Morrison or any of these other guys that put courses together. They say go buy ClickFunnels, and then they get the ClickFunnels commission. They say go buy this link tracking thing, and they get a commission off of that. And they go use this autoresponder, and they get a commission off of that. And so, I mean, same thing. I had always just been trying to, in my head, put the tier 5 products somewhere in the actual initial funnel that people go through.
Well, here's my thing, Todd. My coach said for me to be a good coach, I'm not supposed to give you information. I'm supposed to make you think for yourself. All right. So, and honestly, that's how I run my company. Like how I run my company, I hire somebody and I lose money for at least the first 30 days because I don't fuck with them. I just watch and see exactly what they're going to do naturally, because everything else after that, it really helps me. If I can go in and see what you're naturally going to do, then when you do something naturally and have success, you naturally become more confident. And whenever you do something and fail, I don't have to come to you. Like if I come in and say, hey, look, if I come in and say, hey, you need to do this, and then you fail, well, guess what? You're going to fucking blame me. And you're going to be like, John, I did what you said. I fucking failed. And you're going to fucking blame me. If you go in and actually do this and you succeed, well, you're not going to blame me, and you're going to be confident. And I can come in and I can come in myself. And this is exactly how I manage every one of my employees. I can come in myself and I can leverage that confidence that you just got for doing your own thing and getting success. And I can leverage that for me and leadership and be like, I knew you were going to be successful. That's why I didn't tell you anything. That's why I didn't come in and mess with you. I knew you had a great ideal and you would be able to get it done. You've done a fucking awesome job. I'm really proud of you. And here's other stuff that you could have done. I can lead in with my leadership there. All right. Now, if they go in and fail, if I just let them do the shit and they go in and fail, then I can use that to my advantage, because now they know that the shit that they were thinking about doing didn't actually work and they failed. And they can feel that. And now I can come in and actually make my recommendation. I can help them. I can coach them, because they don't have to believe. There's no me convincing them of that's not going to work. I don't have to fucking convince them. They already fucking know, because I already did it. So now they don't need to be convinced. So my coach said, I'm not supposed to tell you stuff. I'm just supposed to help you think on your own, because that's how I look at life anyways. All the information, like literally, if you really understand the brain, and this is way off topic, and this is why one of the reasons I don't like to teach people is because there's only, making money is only so much of the world. Outside of the world, there's a fucking huge mystery that most people don't care about and would never, and it just completely get turned off thinking about. But if you understand the brain and you understand how it actually works, then you understand, as cliche that it seems, that you don't ever get any new information. All the information, this is actually literally true. Every information that you need is inside your brain already, meaning that in order for you to have that information and know that information, what happens is a neural net's connected, a synaptic connections created, and that's literally just done through pulses of energy, creates a synaptic connection, and those different nodes of connection is what contains a thought and a concept and a memory. So what that means is literally every fucking information in the world is literally inside our brain already. It's just in there in a different pattern. And for whenever we go through things and we learn stuff from other people, what happens is our brain now distributes electricity. It creates a new little node, a new little network, which is that new knowledge. All right. And that's just changing information that was already there. So everything that you need to know is literally right inside your brain already. And it seems crazy to say you just need to get in a mindset to understand that, hey, I have the answer for this question already inside my brain, because you do. All right. So now, given that my coach said I'm not supposed to tell you stuff, or I'm just supposed to make you be able to find stuff, he said I was just supposed to ask you questions and have you figure it out on your own. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, but I do want to say, I think based on what you said already, I am going to just not even listen to my coach and tell you some stuff. Based on what you said already, that you're doing as your job, right? And you're working in a ministry helping people recovering from addictions, right? Is what you said?
Yes.
Me personally, I think that's fucking perfect because you're doing that as a passion already. You already have an expertise in it. And what does every one of those people covering from addiction need? Well, one, they need a stream of income. They're probably going to have a hard time finding a stream of income, getting a job because they're a fucking addict. They're a recovering addict, which means they probably have criminal records and criminal past. They probably have social behavioral issues where they can't get along with other people. So what's a great fucking money-making activity for them? Fucking affiliate marketing is great for that type of people, right? And you are already, it's like, do I need to go get you any fucking expertise? Do I need to put you through any training or get you any information for you to have fucking credibility as someone who can help recovering addicts? Fuck no, I don't. You can live stream your work, going to work, and have instant credibility as the expert and the authority that actually helps fucking recovering addicts recover, but not only actually recover, live their life again and have a nice fucking peaceful life with the stream of revenue, even though it's difficult for those types of people to get traditional jobs and make traditional money by introducing them to affiliate marketing and helping affiliate marketing. So I think that would be something that you could, and for sure you could create your own info course, and you could have your own, even if you want to provide services, which I don't like services. I think everybody either needs to focus on info courses or software, because those are really like the only two things in the world that don't require human capital throughput to deliver whatever people are giving you the money for. If people give you money for an info product, you give them the info that's pre-recorded. If they give it to you for software, you give them the software that's already created. If they give it to you for anything else, you either got to go make their sandwich, or you got to manufacture their car, or you got to go run their Facebook ads. You got to do some type of fucking work, right? But I think a great course, you could have real good authority in a great course. If you wanted to provide services, and you could do consulting for those, because it seems like you're already doing that in your day job, where you're already going in and helping those people. And I mean, is that what you're doing there? Are you like a
well, what I do is mostly administrative stuff. So I answer phones, I do all the IT, I kind of run finances and that kind of stuff. It's all office admin type stuff.
So I don't think I don't know if the consulting role to, be their shoulder to cry on would be good for you then, but definitely you have credibility in that space with that audience to be able to help them with their affiliate marketing. But what I would say, the questions that I would ask you and follow my coach's route as far as, fitting the tier 5 software into your offers and stuff is what I would ask you is just, do you actually know what your offers are? How often do you sit and ask yourself, how can I fit this in? How often are you actually going and trying to get those answers? Like, are you just saying, is it, I just don't know where to fit this in? Or is it, I haven't figured out? Like, I've spent all this time analyzing, evaluating, actually thinking, where does this fit in? And I still can't fit it in. Because if it's the latter, then I would say there could be some problem. But most of the time, typically what it is you don't know the answer to something, you haven't figured it out, but you haven't actually tried. You haven't went through the process of figuring it out, right? You may have thought about it a little bit, but then what? You gave up, right? That's what happened. You thought about it a little bit, you didn't find it, and you gave up. So if that's the situation, then I would just encourage you to do what the fuck you're supposed to do in the first place, is go through the process to try to figure shit out. It's never, and that goes back to expectation. You guys should never fucking expect anybody's ever going to teach you anything, that you're ever going to get help from any fucking body, that somewhere out there there's a magic trick or secret. You should never have that fucking expectation. You should have the expectation that there's one fucking person in this world, and that's you. There's one person that cares about your success. There's one person that will actually do the work. There's one person that has information and can find the information and can get the information. There's one person that fucking can execute. There's only one person who will actually make your life and the things that you want to do successful, and that's fucking you, right? That's the expectation that you should always have. So if you haven't figured it out yet and you still don't know, then I would just say that that would be my question to you. Just ask yourself, how much have you actually tried? How much effort have you? Do you think you're not able? Is that the thing? Do you think that you can't figure it out? That it's impossible for you to figure it out? Or you just haven't tried hard enough? Or you just haven't figured it out yet?
No, I don't think I can't figure it out. I think what would be helpful, though, sometimes is just having at least some kind of a model to some kind of a framework to put it within, or some kind of example of, okay, this is what's worked for other people. Not necessarily that I'm going to copy that example, but at least it gives you kind of a benchmark to go off of. And you could say that's a crutch or a shortcut, or I could figure all that out on my own, and that's possibly true. But I could also waste a lot of time and effort and still come up with nothing.
Hey, Todd, I think one of the things that you said earlier was that you didn't have much time to put into to creating a course. But speaking of John yesterday, I mean, John, you told me how much time was this course already? Like 2.5 hours? The Facebook's selling about. Yeah. So when I'm like, listen, I could put up 2.5 hours of content, and then it's just up there all the time, and promoting it, people coming in. I mean, then creating a Facebook group that will organically kind of like, in the beginning, I'm pretty sure that I'll have to answer questions but it'll take, a life of its own, and people start answering their own questions, blah, blah, blah. But to model what John also told me, I've already bought in all these courses on e-commerce. I've got a library of stuff that I can model that I never thought about. And I'm like, boom, light bulb went off my head. I said, you know what? I can just model all these other people that are, leaders in their field, and just take the content, not steal it, but kind of just model out what I need to incorporate. And you could do the same thing with picking out the best in the affiliate game. I mean, I've got Spencer's course. That's like the top dog for affiliate marketing. If you buy that course and you're thinking about creating something of your own, that would be a great one to model.
I think you actually have. I think we actually have Spencer's course as well, because Spencer's one of our Inner Circle partners. So I think, I think we actually have his course as well too. Like,
and then he could just use all his affiliate. Todd could use all his affiliate knowledge and start promoting his affiliate offers to his group, including your stuff, John, your software, to help them automate and become better at their business.
I just have to pee real quick, and then if you guys want, I'd like to go through everybody else and make sure that you guys have clarity and you're set to go on that side.
Todd, and you already have content on YouTube on all this stuff, right?
I have a bunch of content on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, I just finished about 2 or 3 weeks ago, finished a 90-day challenge on YouTube. So I had, I've probably got 210 videos or something, I imagine. I mean, some of them are product specific. Some of them are, a particular tactic or whatever. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, creating content is not the issue. And if I was going to build a course and put, have a members area like he's talking about, and then you can easily promote some of the tier 5 softwares in there. I was just trying to actually put it in the funnel somewhere as people were going from either using it as a lead magnet or using it as some upsell along the way or something. And I could just never kind of wrap my head around how I was going to get people from a particular, either from the tier 5 software to a particular affiliate product, or from that affiliate product after they purchased it to the tier 5 software.
Or them using it themselves if you promote it, right? I mean, if you're promoting that, like one of his softwares, and I'm in your course, I would want to use it and bite off you.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You do a lot of Facebook Lives too?
I haven't done very many. I've done a handful of Facebook Lives, but
yeah, that's what
I like the editing ability of doing YouTube, but live is so much easier because it's just, you sit down, you do it, and it's over, and you don't have to think about it anymore.
Right.
So Mario, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you have clarity, or you're still searching?
Still searching. I said I feel like I'm looking in the mirror when I'm talking to Todd. I struggle with the Facebook lives. I don't know why. I just seem to shit myself. But a bit like
just stop that, Mario. I'm just gonna tell you straight up.
Yeah,
I mean, you're on a fucking Facebook Live right now as we fucking speak, man, and you're just, what are you struggling with? So just stop that. Fucking hit that. It's easy, okay? I'm gonna help you with that right off the bat. It's very fucking easy. You go when next time you're on Facebook, go to your profile or to the very top of your feed, click inside that box, and as soon as you click inside the box, there's a thing that says go live. Make sure that your camera's connected to your computer, allow Facebook access, hit go, and then you're done. Say, hey, this is my fucking Facebook Live. I thought I really struggled with this fucking hardcore, but apparently I don't. And then continue on to talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right, anything that you want to talk about. You can always delete it later. All right. My recommendations on what you talk about is things that feel natural, and obviously things that as you talk about them and the people that consume them, they somehow get closer to making a buying decision with whatever the fuck that you're going to offer. And you should be able to correlate that really, really easy. All right. So just get over the Facebook Live stuff real quick. I don't want to see you come back again and say, hey, I'm still struggling with Facebook Live, because that's a very, very easy thing. Just hit go and do it. And you may be nervous on your first one, but after doing 10 of them, it's not going to be so bad. I'll send you a group. I'll send you a link to a group where they have a 30-day challenge right now. It's called Explode Your Facebook Group. They have a 30-day challenge, and the 30-day challenge is literally just going into their Facebook group and going live every day, for 30 days. Go live, and they're very, very encouraging. And it's a great fucking platform. They got like almost 1,000 people in there right now, and they're all in there engaging every single day, growing their group. It's a great tool for actually growing your group. It's a great, very smart concept to grow your own group, because it encourages people, because most groups don't let you go live in their group. 90% of groups will not let you go live inside that group. So them encouraging it is great. But it's a great platform for you to get clients, because they're encouraging you to go live. The challenge is go live in their group for 30 days, try to bring value to other people and talk about yourself. It's a great platform for you to go in and actually generate leads and to get over that, because it's an irrational, I hope you don't get mad for me saying that, but it's a very irrational, stupid, childish fear to have an issue with Facebook Live. So just get over that. And you can do it.
Yeah, I said I come from such a professional. Sorry, Giovanni.
No, I was going to say I got the same issue.
Yeah.
I have no issue interviewing and talking to you guys right now, but you put me in front of the camera and I'm looking at it. I at least have to have something outlined probably to talk. Yeah. But right now I feel comfortable talking to you guys. I'd probably just maybe do Facebook Lives if I can interview people. I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying.
I'll do what John said.
I deleted all of my Facebook friends. Like John did, but I did it without trying to make money. I just did it because I was embarrassed about I didn't want the feedback from the friends, and they weren't going to understand it. When you start going through it, you realise, man, they're not actually your friends. It's actually a waste of time them being connected to you anyway. So they're gone. Yeah.
John, do you outline before? Do you have an idea, or do you go like impromptu and just start talking?
Sometimes I know what I want to accomplish. I know like what I want to talk about. Like I have in my mind, like, hey, what is it I'm going to talk about? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, fuck it. I'm going to go live and say what's up with everybody on Facebook. But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If I needed and I felt like I needed to outline shit, I would do it. I didn't even study for tests in college and shit, man. Like I didn't do that. I didn't need to do that. So that's not me. I didn't have a game plan whenever I created a company. I literally just on a whim said, fuck it, I'm moving to India with this girl that I met that I think I'm in love with, and I'm going to fucking live over there. And probably I did that. And then after coming over here and being over here, I just said, fuck it, hey, let's start a company together. It's better for us to start a company. So I didn't plan that out and have some drastic plan. But if I needed to do that, I would have done that. If you need to do that and you feel that you need to do that, do that. There's draw.io. They're like a free mind mapping thing. So it's a free mind mapping thing. If you feel that you need to prepare and make preparations, then make preparations. If you feel like you need to map stuff out. I'm going to give you access to Molly Mahoney. She's actually, so just so you guys know, for this course, all right, part of what I've done is I've just actually reached out to other people who have courses and other influencers that like to fucking be in front of people, and they have the whole concept of give people value, do that enough, and people will buy from you. I've asked them all to come in and and do a training for us and do their own training for us for the actual course itself, and let them know that, you know, I'll put a link to them and put a link to the shit that they have to offer and shit. That's what, if you ever see somebody do a virtual summit online, it's why the fuck they're doing that. They're doing a virtual summit online so that they can make money and they can build an audience without having to do anything, all right? I mean, if you don't want to do anything, do that. Virtual summit, fucking invite a lot of people who are out there trying to fucking provide value to an audience so that they can make money, and just be like, hey, come provide value to my audience that I'm creating by getting all you guys to provide value to my audience. And then everybody will get to see your value that you've created, and they could probably buy your stuff. You know, you're going to get people who now know you and see you, and then just do that.
Is it sort of like what Zeki does with his summit?
For sure, you'll see pretty much anybody will do that. They'll do those summits to what? Because then you get a whole bunch of content created. Like literally, I got 6 people who have agreed to come in and create courses on or create a lesson on very specific topics that will help you make money on Facebook. And they're known popular people. So, and they're obviously eager to do it to get their own, to get more branding and more promotion themselves. So that's just great content that's getting created.
But I need an audience. I mean, if you didn't know who I was, and I came to you and I had three or four Facebook friends, you probably wouldn't want to. You probably think it a waste of time.
Maybe not. All right.
Okay.
Maybe not, because then again, not everybody has a fucking huge audience themselves right now. I mean, all you guys probably would be eager if some random person on Facebook right now messaged any one of you guys and said, hey, you know, would you like to, can I interview you? You guys would probably say, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you never know. Even some of these people with big audiences, they don't get asked to be interviewed every single day. Most people are so egotistical that they don't care so much, even if you have an audience, just the fact that they know, oh, hey, this person is going to be interested in me and asking me questions and letting me, you know, stand on my own soapbox. Most people are that vain in the world.
So shit, I could start doing that and just going after all the e-commerce people that are experts in their field, asking them about their experience, doing a live one-on-one, then, you know, interviewing people like yourself in the affiliate game, and then create content around it.
Absolutely.
That is correct. Mario, you probably know. Are you guys familiar with the Dream 100 concept?
Yep.
So do that. Find, you know, whatever it is, and do this once you get your clarity, right? Once you get your clarity, then use this Dream 100 concept to go in and bootstrap by getting the other people who are influencing people who are target for whatever it is that you're going to sell and whatever you're going to monetize, by leveraging them to actually start building up your audience. Use the Dream 100 concept, list out. And by Dream 100 concept, it doesn't, I don't think, and you probably should be, but like from my perspective, it's not so much find the fucking very best or your ultimate. It could be find your ultimate. For me, it's just put a bunch of people down that could actually help you out and then make an attempt. Some of them are going to say no. Some of them are going to say, eventually somebody's going to say yes. If you put enough people down and ask enough people, eventually you're going to say yes. And after if you put 100 people down and it's the very last person that said yes, then guess what? You got one person. Now go back to the 99 people that said no and let them know, hey, you know, I just did this with this other person. Here's a link to that. I was kind of really hoping to do the same thing with you. Why? Because all these people are actually interrelated, and they themselves are in an actual competing space. So if they see their competitors, other people that they're competing with, starting to do stuff, they're also going to be like, okay, maybe I should have done that too. Maybe I should have done that too. So go back to those 99 and fucking ask them again. And probably 2 or 3, now that one person did it, probably 2 or 3 are probably going to be like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then if those are your last 98, 97, 96, then go back to the first 95 and say, hey, me and these 4 people, we did this, this, and this. Here's links to this, this, and this. I'm really wanting to, or pick your best people and send them someplace. Hey, I'm really wanting to do this with you. And then probably another 10 of those 90 people will do that. And then look, trust me, it's just math. Once you got 99 out of 100 and you can say, hey, me and these other 99 motherfuckers just did this, I really want you to work with me and do something even better than I've done for all these other 99 people. I've already captured their audience. Now I want to go with you with my entire audience. That dude fucking also says yes. So that's your process.
Software, do you use just Zoom to be recording, to record them?
That's what I use. Yeah, I use Zoom, and if I do an interview, I just invite them to Zoom and stream it live to Facebook.
And stream it live to Facebook, right? Okay.
I'd interview the people in here as my first group. I'd interview Mario. I'd interview Todd about affiliate marketing. We could create a lot of good content. Now, John, would you post these? Would you want to create a Facebook group specific for this, not just doing it on your personal page, like a live video? Well, so you could start attracting and funnel people in the group?
For sure. If you guys wanted to, we could all create like a Facebook group and have a Facebook group that's kind of just for this and put people in there. Sure.
But I mean, I'm saying, like, if I wanted to interview you today, for example, I wouldn't do it on my personal profile. I would want to do it in a group setting, right? Open up my own group.
That depends. I mean, that depends possibly.
To get people into the group so they can get the content would be the lead magnet, you know? Kind of like.
I mean, possibly it could be. I when I interviewed people, I never interviewed them in my group. I just interviewed them on my profile.
On your profile.
I mean, at the end of the day, I have that interview. I'm going to give it to you. You can have it. I mean, even if you don't have an audience, right? Look, even if you don't have an audience whatsoever, let's say you got zero audience.
What you did, Mario, I cleared up all my Facebook friends.
Well, so even if you have a zero audience, just think when you go to somebody and ask them if they want to have an interview, to some extent, you don't need an audience for that interview to be successful to them, right? Let's say none of you guys have an audience, and you guys say you want to interview me. I myself can make money from that. How? Because I'm just going to say, fuck yeah, ask me this question, that question. And then you're going to ask me that question, and I'm going to fucking give my sales pitch. I'm going to give the answer to that question. And whenever you're done, I'm going to have that interview. And whenever I run traffic to that interview, it's not me, hey, let me try to sell you this. It's just like, oh, hey, check out this interview that somebody did.
You'll even give me the content of the questions I should ask you.
Possibly, yes. If they don't, just ask them for that. Just be like, hey, are there any specific questions that you want me to ask you? Is there anything specific you want to talk about? Anything specifically that you want to ask me? Because I'll make sure I'll ask you that. And now you think about it, even if you don't have an audience, what are you doing? You're giving somebody like a preloaded sales pitch where you, as an interview, they get to ask you that question, and you can just be like, oh, well, I'm glad you asked because, you know, I do have a partner program. And, you know, anybody who's ever asked me if I can interview them or if they can interview me, I've always told them, yes, when we're on the interview, ask me about my partner program. Why? Because now while I'm on your interview, I want that question to come up because anybody who ever watches that, I want to tell them about my partner program.
Yeah. Yeah, because eventually.
The other thing you have to remember too is you have their audience that's probably going to be at least some of their audience is going to be watching you. And if you do it inside of a Facebook group, only the people that are in the Facebook group can see it. Where if you do it on your profile, anybody on Facebook can see it.
I guess what you would do, John, is do what Zeki did and create the group, but create the group for people who wanted to watch the virtual summit and get extended content, more in-depth content. But he gives a little teaser on his personal profile of the kind of content you can expect if you go into his group. Yeah, I gotcha. That's a great idea.
I did everything on my personal page because my groups, I don't have free groups. My groups are paid, so I can't tell you to go in. I don't. For me, those people inside my group, I don't. No offense to you guys inside my groups, my partners, but I don't necessarily need to do anything for you. You're already in my group, fucking paid. So do I need to come in here and fucking provide content and shit in here to be able to get money from you? Nope, you're already giving me money. For the most part, I just need to ask you for more money. So I don't need to funnel people into my groups. Now, if I had a group that was free and the people who were in my group weren't all paid people, then for sure I could go in and provide a different type of level of content that's on my profile. But I might do both. Probably what I would do is go stream live on my Facebook profile and then share that shit inside my group. And just while I'm live, share it inside my group. And then now the content's in both places. And because ultimately what I'm wanting to do is funnel people into my group anyways. And in order to do that, I I need to get people from in order to do that, if I'm trying to funnel people into my group, I don't need to go to my group and say, hey, get inside my group, because you're inside my group, right? So I'm probably going to do everything from my personal profile and tell people, hey, I do stuff like this in my group live all the time. I do stuff inside my group all the time. Go join my group. Because the people on my profile, they may be inside my group, but there's also some that aren't inside my group that I'm trying to get inside there. So you can go live in both places. You can use other software. You can use software like Restream, or I'll get you a couple of other ones. It's like Live Leap that allow you to just like use them as an encoder and stream to multiple places at the same time, including your personal profile. So you could like stream to your personal profile, but that's a little bit more technical because you'll have to use something like Live Leap, and then you'll have to use an encoder service that you can invite your guests to that can then feed that to a whole bunch of different places. But
so I think I was having that limited mindset, saying, who's going to want to listen to me with just 2 friends right now, right?
Yeah.
If I did a live right now and I interviewed, John, who's like the leader in his field, I'm going to leverage your audience, because your audience is going to end up seeing that eventually, right? So I'm going to get followers.
Very possibly, if you frame it right, for sure. Especially if you're helping and encouraging the person that you're interviewing, and we will have a whole course about this, like literally everything that's in the free training, just so you know, like all the stuff that's in the free training, part of our sessions, what we'll be doing is we'll just be going in and reiterating through that and actually expanding that out on that and make sure that everybody's clear on that and they're actually implementing that. So we'll have a whole session on interviewing people. But if you encourage them,
you just got me excited about this whole thing now.
If you encourage them to share that out for you, right? If you encourage them like, hey, make sure you let people know here, or push them like, hey, I created this post for you if you wanted to share it in your group, or if you wanted to send it out to your email list about what we're going to be doing, like this live where I'm speaking. So obviously for that, if you want to get somebody big to share it out, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to flatter them, right? You're going to have to go in and create some post or something where in that post, you're like, hey, I'm this, and this, here's my authority, and I'm interviewing authority this, right? I'm interviewing flatter this person, like I'm interviewing Spencer Meekum. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm John, I'm interviewing Spencer. I'm going to be like, hey, I'm John, the founder and CEO of this company that does this, credibility for myself. And I'm fucking interviewing the best fucking affiliate marketer ever, the #1 all-time affiliate marketer, the gorgeous Spencer Meekum. I'm going to create some pre-made content for that's flattering to him, and so that I can give to him, that's going to have all the information about, who I am and who he is, what we're going to talk about in the venue, what things, why you should come to this. Because now his job's easy. He just copy and paste that and shares it. And then, okay, now you're leveraging his audience. The only way you're going to leverage his audience is if his people know about it, right? So if he's a big person, he may not go in and just tell everybody why, because if he's smart, he knows, or she knows, that why are you interviewing them? Because you want to leverage their audience. So if they're smart, they already know that. So you got to make it beneficial to them and pretty for them to want to go in and do that, want to go in and introduce their audience to you based on, you're pushing. So somehow you got to figure that out. Like I said, for me, what I did is I just made pre-content for them to let them know, like, hey, here's the post that I'm making. I'm already going to make this post. Hey, you can share it. Just tag it. You can share it and tag those people as your friend. And now you're very likely, if you do a good job introducing them and flattering them, where they're just going to share that shit out to their audience. And now you can leverage. But like, the only reason I'm telling you this is because I don't want you to expect to be able to leverage somebody else's audience if they don't tell their audience about the event. So you've got to push them to do that, to get them to do that for you.
Or else it's going nowhere. Nobody's going to really see it, because it's only going to be live in my post, in my feed.
I could literally reference tracking links that I've used on posts or comments that are 6 months old that I got a sale from 2 weeks ago. So Nobody may see it right now, but remember, time is relative.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I will tell you this: 1 time a year, 3 times a year, maybe 4 times a year, Facebook will show you that. If you go to memories the day of, and like 2 to 4, it depends on how many memories that you had for that day. All right. So I can't tell you exact numbers. You guys don't care because it's just fucking complex math shit. But Facebook, if you go to memories, they will show you exactly what you shared today and yesterday and maybe the day before that. All right. So maybe nobody will see it today because you don't have an audience, but maybe you fucking work your ass off, you build a big audience, and then next year on this same date, Facebook gives that right back to you and says, hey, here's this thing that you did that you can share out. You can repurpose content. We'll talk about that later in the course as well, as far as repurposing content. It never hurts to create content. If you don't see an instant result from that content today, go back to expectations and remind yourself about expectations, and know that once you've created that content, that shit lasts forever. So,
and it's a free advertising billboard. So basically, if I only have like I said, 2 friends right now, if I start doing this on a consistent basis, and I start getting in these groups and providing value, and all of a sudden I've got 20 videos on my personal profile. People, when they come out and seek me, they're gonna see, holy shit, this guy's, he's interviewing people, he's got content, blah blah blah. And I mean, let's face it, over 80% of the people won't be doing lives, right? Because they're in our boat. They're maybe nervous to get on, but this is another way to show yourself as an authority out there in your space and start getting followers.
So you don't know what the Facebook algorithm is going to be doing as well in order to promote videos, right? Because it in theory, it wants
right. They promote it. They love it. And you go to the top of it goes to the top of the feed.
Just be interesting to see how that evolves in terms of like the keywords that you're going to be using in that video to engage with your audience at that time, because I think that's going to be quite beneficial as well. What is the topic of your video?
Yeah.
What's the key content, the hook that you want to be talking about?
Yeah, I mean, John, I did my first post yesterday. I replied to your post in that ClickFunnels group, and I already got about 8 people that want to be my friends already. You know what I'm saying? Because they're probably like, when I watch the course, you're right. They probably look at my profile, and my profile is not even. It sucks right now. I gotta get the Facebook page updated, but the strength of just like what I've done some of the things that you've taught us, and it's already reaping some of the benefits. So it works.
Mario, are you clear? I know we kind of started with your clarity, and then we off on other stuff.
For me, I want to build a personal brand. I want to educate people on how to make money online. I want to teach people how to make a passive income online. Not that I believe in passive income, because I know it comes with a lot of hard work and effort, but I believe my strengths are energy, motivating people, and kind of pushing people out of their comfort zone. And I would like to be doing what you're doing in a year's time with my own course, educating people on how to make money online, but motivating them in a course type content like this. But for the short term period, right now, my main goal is to earn a sufficient affiliate income to get me out of my job. And at the minute, my job's unfortunately paying me quite a good amount of money each month. And I'd say that unfortunately.
Well, you don't necessarily have to. You don't necessarily have to make it exactly what you're making at your current job, but you do have enough. You do have to make enough to be able to cover your finances, to cover your necessities, right?
Correct. Sure. So my strengths in the short, like I'm talking like 5 to 10 days, I'm actually going to go through and just build out a small ClickFunnels course to help promote ClickFunnels, just because I've got a bit of a YouTube following and I want to continue down that route. And then I'm going to sign up to the Tier 5 partnerships by sort of like mid this month, end of this month, to see what I can bolt on. I've just not had the time to go in and see what tools I can utilize on top of that ClickFunnels package OFA program. So that's my short-term aim. But yeah, mine's all about personal branding. I want to get better at going live. I want to be on YouTube, how to educational videos, a bit like Spencer's done on the affiliate side. I think that's a key way that he's built up his business.
So right now it's just focusing on building a personal brand to promote ClickFunnels.
At the moment, because that's all I know, and I stumbled across that, and it's made me a passive income already, as I said, about $500. Right now, I'm kind of saying, where is my area of expertise? Well, I don't necessarily have one. I feel like.
What do you do?
I'm a project manager doing regulatory change for Bank of America.
You're doing, what is it that you do? Elena, can you give me some tea?
Regulatory change. So any new regulations that come into play.
Yeah,
Very boring, dude. Very boring.
You said regulations change, right?
Yeah.
You work for the bank and basically let them know, hey, when certain regulations change, how it affects the bank, and how they need to change processes and shit that they carry out.
Manage budget. Where are we gonna put that into place? So have to be professional. Have to make sure that I said, when it comes to a presentation, there's no one that can put one together better than I can. So that's why when I'm doing my YouTubes, I'm trying to. I've only done seven videos, but I've got quite a lot of traction off of it. One of them was a presentation style format. Felt quite comfortable doing it. So I don't necessarily want to go down the selling of ClickFunnels, because one thing that's really bugging me at the moment is having my personal profile very affiliate heavy. Because I said last night I just wanted to take some sort of action, so I went in, I listened to your video, and I made my own personal profile. I updated that. I've done it. You can have a look at it. You can rip it apart. I've seen what you did to Shane's and crew. But yeah, I did that on Canva. So part of me wanted to just record the process of doing that, because again, I think it's quite a good educational video, showing people how you can do that with free tools. But I don't like the thought of it being very affiliate heavy. But that's where my thought process is at the moment.
So do you feel like you're clear on what you're going to be about and what you're monetizing? Do you feel that you're clear how you're going to be making money?
So it's just a delay in that sentence is probably I answered that for myself. Yeah.
Okay. So spend more time thinking about that. What I want to say to you, Mario, is it seems like you're not in a situation where you need money. It seems like you got a job, you get paid, that you can eat on that. Maybe maybe you don't have a fucking plane or whatever, or maybe you aren't wearing a Rolex or whatever, but you got nice clothes on, you got maybe, okay, so maybe you are wearing a Rolex.
No, it's a Fitbit. It's my missus's Fitbit. No.
But you're not in a financially bad situation, right? You're not in a financially bad situation. So if you,
but I hate what I do.
Everybody, but me.
No, dude. I'm talking. These people are killing me, man.
Well, I want to just, again, I'm not a type of bullshit person. Sometimes people get mad at me, and my response to that is, I don't give a fuck. That's your problem, not mine. I would go in and say, though, Mario, if those people are killing you, it's not those people. That's yourself. That's your own mindset that's holding you back.
Oh, yeah. Frustration.
If you wanted to love your job in the exact scenario, you yourself and your mindset, you could paint that, and you could go there every fucking day, happy, and change. You could do that. That's all mindset. But let's say they are killing you, so you're dying. All right. But even if you're dying, you still have food. You're not dying to an extent where you're wondering how you're going to eat tomorrow. So you don't have that pressure on you. So what I want you to consider is, if ClickFunnels and making money from ClickFunnels and their affiliate side isn't what you really want to do, since you're not in a desperate situation, maybe you really need to evaluate, what do you really want to do? Because it's very possible that the things that you really want to do, you can accomplish in the same amount of time, a little bit lesser time, or a little bit more time as it's going to take you to accomplish the ClickFunnels route. And I don't want to see you trade not liking what you do and hating what you do to hating what you do even less, right? Or hating what you do just not as much as you do right now. You should be transitioning to, I love exactly what I do. You shouldn't be giving up. Okay, I'm not really happy with this, so I'm going to trade it for something else I'm not really happy with, just a little bit to scale. Now, if you're going to tell me, hey, John, I want to build a nuclear missile, and now you have to go to school for chemistry and rocket science and a bunch of physics and all sorts of shit, and it's a 7-year process for you to give up your current job to start nuclear missile manufacturing, right? Then I might say, okay, yeah, consider doing something else that you don't really want to do, like ClickFunnels. But I think right now, I think your first focus should be going back and trying to really get clear to you, what do you really want to do? If it's ClickFunnels, if that's what you really want to do is fucking, I want to go all in on ClickFunnels and get 1,000 users or 100 users, then I'm going to say go with that. But I think right now you yourself still need to think, what do you really want to do? And what's that going to take me? And is there a way that I can use this ClickFunnels as a step to get to where I'm going? And if so, then use that. But if it doesn't really correlate to what you really want to do, and you're just doing it because it will replace what you're doing right now, then you're still going to, at some extent, you're still going to be left with some unsatisfaction once you get there. And right now, let's face it, right now, you're not in a financial crisis, I can see, right? You've got money. You may not be rich and you may not have a whole bunch of excess money. No one's that. No one has as much excess money as they want, right? So you're living and you're surviving. So I want to see you, I don't want to see you just fucking go through that whole phase in your life. So really think about, what do you really want to do, and figure that out. And if it's ClickFunnels, then let's do ClickFunnels. I'm not sure, because you just haven't convinced me that that's what it really is that you really want to be doing, is what I'm saying.
No, I know. I said I just feel like I've been put on this earth to do a lot better than what I'm doing right now, to influence a lot more people that I'm influencing now. I like being around people. I like motivating people. I like teaching people. I like helping people. To be around like-minded people, even just being on this call around like-minded people, just feels like yeah, I could be doing it all day, every day, and it wouldn't faze me. And that's the only time that I actually get that experience is when I'm around the ClickFunnels group that I'm in, the OFA groups that I'm in. So for that small glimpse that I've had over the last 2 or 3 months, the first month I just joined it just to see what it was about. And again, even to you, I saw one post from you, and before I knew it, I was like, I've got to get in that top 5. So, yeah, and I'll work on that clarity.
Mario.
Yeah.
Hi. What would you do if ClickFunnels wasn't available tomorrow?
Probably look at the next shiny object that paid the biggest amount of commission.
That's an honest answer.
Yes, yeah. Which is, I'm looking at now, is tier 5, and I didn't even know about it. Yeah, that's my honesty.
Yeah.
I feel like once I know a product, once I understand it, I can sell. I feel like I've got that genuine personality that comes across, especially if I'm passionate about something. So, and I enjoy the sale.
Okay, great.
Maybe spend a little bit more time thinking about how you can make your an expert on that, on what you really want to do. You can leverage the because then you can totally leverage the ClickFunnels side along with what you're really branding yourself and what you're really focusing on.
Yeah.
Richard, what about you? How are you feeling? Do you feel that you're clear on what you're doing? You're not clear on what you're doing?
Yeah, I want to sell software. I want to sell the tier 5 products to either individuals and businesses. That's what I want to do.
Why do you want to do that?
I think it's a sustainable business model as a product that I didn't create. I mean, you created it.
What if
give me the opportunity?
What if, and I'm just saying this. So again, I'm just saying this. What if you go get me 1,000 customers and make a stream you make a stream of revenue of $10,000 a month, and I tell you, fuck that $97 a month payment, pay me $9K or just go fuck yourself.
Well, I wanted to also say too that I wanted to create my own product.
I'm not gonna do that. I want you to be clear that I'm not gonna. I want all my partners to be clear for sure that I'm not gonna do that. But at the same time, I want you guys to have that in your head, because not just with me, I want you to have that in your head with everything that you do. That is this something that you control, or is it not something that you control?
Right. And I get that, and I see your point. I want to create my own product based on the social share Facebook. Create my own product, maybe as a as a separate thing, but also just I believe in the product that you're pushing out. You know, the tier 5 products. I think it's a big need over here in the business side because I hear about it all the time.
Richard, what do you do? I don't think we've met.
Yeah, I'm a corporate safety manager for a construction company. We build new builds, fiber networks. Right now I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, and we're working on a crew right over here. So putting in fiber optics for Verizon for 5G in Birmingham. But we work for AT&T, you know, where our clients are Cox, Comcast, you know, all the big names. We're the construction arm, you know, we're a general contractor.
And what's your role in that process?
Corporate safety manager.
Okay.
Make sure everybody's compliant with OSHA and stuff like that.
You told me that.
So what I want to do is I want to, you know, I've been doing this 6 years now, so I want to. There's more to life than just being on a job site and being away from home and stuff. I want the freedom to be able to get up and to do what I want and not work for anybody else.
You got any hobbies that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I like computers. I like learning about the internet. But you know, you guys are more experienced than I am. Like I said, I'm soaking up all this information, learning, especially the stuff that John puts out all the time. So I get up earlier in the morning and I just start learning about different stuff. But I want to get started and start, you know, putting the funnel together and start promoting the Facebook share program and then also his products. I think the link wizards. More I read about it, I think it's a pretty good program, and I think it should be marketed more.
So you just want to monetize my products essentially. You want to go in and actually focus all in on selling our software products.
Yes, and the Facebook product that, you know, we're creating.
Okay. I didn't quite understand the why.
The why is I want to be able to quit my job. You know, I like my job. It's all right. I don't hate it like, you know, Mario does, and I feel bad for him. But, you know, I don't hate the job. I'm not at that point. Probably never will be. You know, safety's, you know, I care about people. Safety, I don't want anybody to see hurt. You know, in our company, we haven't got anybody hurt, you know, directly. But I just want to be able to leave my job and, you know, I have a daughter. I'm divorced, probably 20 years now. I'm single, well, not married. And I want to be able to just be able to do what I want and help people out with products, sell products on the internet, and just have a good life.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I was thinking when I told you yesterday, I wish I had documented, and this would be something I would think would be great for you. I wish 3 years ago when I left the corporate world and I was making 6 figures, director of sales of a big media company, and I had the guts to just leave the office one day and go all in on e-commerce. I wish I had documented my damn journey on Facebook, because by now I probably would have monetized all that. I can't go back now and do it because I've already done it. I mean, I can like John said, you know, you can not show screenshots of the money that I made, but I can show live stuff like John's done, of my screenshots of Shopify and how much money I've made. I replaced my income, a yearly income, in friggin' 2 months when I first started. I never knew that was possible.
See,
but I wish that I documented. The story. I could have had a following of people like my age, you know, middle age, 45. Now I'm 48, who decided, you know, to leave one career as a sales person and go all in into something I didn't know anything about, but I knew that I wanted the freedom to get out of my goddamn job, which I hated so much. And, you know, the chain that it had on me. And then I could have gotten a great following. I mean, I just wish I had done it, but that could be something that you could think about doing, you know, as you're, not saying leave your job, but as you're learning these things and getting into John's software and there's other people like you, definitely. I mean, there's billions of, obviously, 7 billion people in this world who would follow your journey and your story.
Yeah.
Live. And then you could start selling John's software to those people. As you get like a group and a following saying, you know what, he's just like me. I'm in his situation, but this guy's got the guts to leave. And most people don't, you know, but they're in a, you know, in a job and it's paying the bills. It's comfortable. They're complacent. They, you know, I left a cushy job with a family of, you know, I got a wife, I got 3 kids, all under the age of, at the time, 14. And I was doing studying during the time that I was at work. I read the 4-Hour Work Week the year or 2 years prior to that. And I started doing what I learned in that book. You know, and when I came home from work, I would dive into e-commerce. The little time that I had, like, I think Mario, you were saying, or, you know, 2 hours and then you're spent. I did that. And I'd have 4 hours of sleep, but I thought about the long-term vision of getting out of this fucking rat race and figuring it out and having the guts, not just, you know, cooler talk with my buddies at the cooler at work. You know, we all want to start our own business. I fucking dove in and I went in and I never thought it was possible to fucking replace my income as I did. And then some. I was telling John, I mean, I made, you know, half $500,000 in 1 year doing e-commerce. And that was not nearly what I was getting at my job. I mean, I still, you know, when I meet with my friends and they're like, you did what? And they're like, how did you get into that? They don't even know, like, they want me to teach them. So I know there's a market out there and there's always a market of people like you're one step, like if you read Russell's stuff, you're always one step ahead of another person in your shoes right now. You're an expert. Or whatever you've learned right now, whether it's ClickFunnels or John's software, you're an expert. Hopefully that helps, John. Sorry that I interrupted. I have that 88 mentality, guys. So you'll see me talking without turn sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate it. John, that clarify my why, or you need this? It's not good enough.
At the end of the day, it's not for me. So is it good enough for you, Richard? At the end of the day, none of this shit's for me. This is all for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get. Again, I want to be honest, and I hope that my honesty doesn't fuck with your guys' heads, or that you can understand why I'm saying the stuff that I'm saying. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you do and why you do it, Richard. I mean, I'm not asking you questions because I care. I'm asking you questions because you're the one that needs to care, and I want to make sure that you yourself know the answers to those questions, and that you yourself are convinced and you yourself are confident. Because if you're not, it's going to be really, really hard for you to get results. So Are you convinced, Richard? If you're convinced, then we're great and we're good. If you're not, then we're not good, and only you can get there.
I'm convinced. I mean, that's what I want to do. And I'm glad that these other gentlemen in here, you know, Todd, Giovanni, Paul, and Mario, and Dave, I don't know if he's listening but I'm glad I'm, you know, in a good bunch of people, you know, subject matter experts that can, you know, teach me a thing or two.
I gave you guys a link to Molly's group. Mario and Giovanni, I think that those could be beneficial to you guys. That group is Elevate Your Awesome. Most of what Molly does and how she's branded herself is just a Facebook Live expert and helping you, you know, get out of your shell on Facebook Live and be prepared for your performance, and look at Facebook Lives as essentially that, as a performance and as a tool for you to make money, a tool for you to connect with your audience or talk about yourself or sell your stuff. So that's most of what the content she consumes.
Go into the technical stuff too, John. Like what stuff to use, like you were saying, like right now you're on Zoom, but you can't, if you were on Facebook, the only way you could see our comments right now, if you were doing a Facebook Live, you can't see it on Zoom, right?
That's correct. I mean, I can see your comments on Zoom. Yes.
But you would have to have both going on simultaneously. How would you do it if you wanted to do a Facebook Live with us?
If I wanted to do it on Facebook Live, what I would do is I would get you guys on a webinar on Zoom. I would get you on a Zoom webinar, and then I would stream that live. I would stream that live to Facebook, or I would essentially go in and I would use a software like Minicam, and I would capture my screen, and then I would just have, you know, this Zoom session pulled up full screen on my screen, and then I would use Minicam to capture my screen and my system audio, and my microphone, and then I would essentially stream Minicam to Facebook, and then Facebook would then basically be seeing my Zoom session, and it would kind of be like Facebook would be on my Zoom session, except for they're not on it. They can see it and they can hear it, and they also see the comments that are coming in on Facebook on my side, you know, the chat that we're having, but then it's on Facebook. But you guys aren't seeing the Facebook comments, obviously. They're not coming in here.
So does Be Live do that too?
I can't remember. I used it for a little bit because that's one of the map products that we want to build is our own independent streamer for live video. That's an aggregator that essentially works as a stream server that you can layer because think about it, like if I gave you a software where you could just log into my software and go live on Facebook, and then I had a couple little buttons that you could press, and whenever you press that button, it just made like a bunch of little hearts and a bunch of little likes, just like you would see naturally if you're on a Facebook Live and somebody was actually doing it. I just let you manufacture that on my streaming server, let you create that overlay on top of that. Everybody would buy that because then you could go in and actually create false engagement, which is going to create real engagement. So you can go in. So exactly, you would buy that. So I don't know, because that's the reason why I was looking at Be Live, because that's on my list of things to do is to build that software. I got a lot of softwares on that list, unfortunately, and not enough.
Did you just write that on the list?
What?
Did you just write that on the list?
No, that's been on the list for a while. See, we wanted to get into IoT, and part of the things that I want to do, like, see, I realize, and this is really going way off topic, but I realize that if I really want to monetize, I have to get away from selling to businesses because they're the fucking minority. If I want to do something and make $1 billion a year, it's very, very hard to reach that type of, you know, revenue desire by catering to businesses. What I really need to do is I need to cater to consumers. I'm in the tech space. So for me to reach that consumer in the tech space, I got to create consumer electronics. So what I can do is I can create, and they still don't really exist right now, I can create little cameras like this, a nice little camera like this, and then a nice little, and this is not a camera, this is something that I had my hash shipped in from Amazon. But a camera like this and a microphone like this, and then I can just create these little cameras and microphones that can stream to my server, to my platform, and they can be synced up together. So you can use my platform and literally put on your wireless mic, and you set your little cameras wherever you want, and you can create production style, you know, videos and content with my electronics, right? So it's been on my list for a while. That's one of the reasons that we started I reopened the partner program at the junior level, is to be able to go in and raise additional capital that we need to be able to do the stuff that we need to be able to actually create the revenue engine that covers all the R&D to be able to create consumer electronics, because consumer electronics they're very, very, how consumer electronics work is essentially, let's say if I want to sell 100,000, if I only want to sell 100,000 units of consumer electronics, 80% of my money is going to be in R&D. Only 20% is going to go into actually manufacturing and producing the units that actually get sold and distributed to those 100,000 units. 80% of the capital is actually just in R&D, figuring out how the fuck to build that unit and then how to actually manufacture and process that unit on a, you know, large scale. So that's what the rest of the partner program is for us to be able to have the working capital to really drive down the marketing that a lot of my partners that are supposed to be my partners doing that aren't so great at doing. So we're getting that capital to invest in ourselves so that we can then create that engine. And that engine, what that does is fund the working capital for us to go in and dump in the R&D to create the consumer electronics, because the consumer electronics are only ways that you make billions per year if you're in the tech space. Because if you want to get that type of revenue, you've got to go after consumers, because whenever it comes to actual clients, then, you know, the businesses as a client is only, you know, maybe at most 25% of what you could sell to if you target consumers. Anyways, no, to answer your question, Molly does not go so much into the tech because she's not a tech geek or anything. She goes a lot into more the process and what you should be doing, how to get people engaged and keep people engaged on your live. She covers some of the tech stuff for sure, but and she got a whole group of people there that are wanting to get help with Facebook Live and learn how to be better engaged on Facebook Live. Why? Because they want to make money online, obviously, because they want to make money on the internet. So she's also assembled a pool of people that could be your potential customers, 6,000 of them.
And then the explosion thing, what's that? Is that the create the live?
Oh yeah, that is the group. That group explosion. That is the group where that's a group where it's just how to grow your Facebook group to its first 1,000 users, and that's where that 30-day challenge is. That they encourage you to get inside their group and go live. Like if you go in there, you'll see both my videos for 2 days. Because like I said, it's a soapbox. You can go in there and, you know, not everybody may watch your stuff, but people are going to follow you because you're live and you're going live. And the whole 30-day challenge is you just go in there every day for 30 days and go live inside their group. Go inside their group and go live.
Oh, so you go in there like almost like your own advertisement billboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Awesome.
So Dave, you don't get to go. You don't get any clarity because you don't have a camera and mic. So that should be one of the first things that you do is get a camera and mic, because these sessions are going to be much more valuable to you if you can come live and have a camera and mic. So
Where's Shane as well?
What?
Where's Shane?
Where's Shane?
Yeah, he was in.
Make it, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he said he was gonna watch the recording.
So all I wanted to go over today was just expectations and clarity. So if you guys have any questions that you ask or any other things that you want to go over, we can do that. If not, I'm good for the day.